Hey guys, welcome back to another Cultured Boys discussion. I'm Pepe and I'm joined by Nathan. And this week we are just chatting. Yep, this is this episode where we're just gonna yap. It is gonna be an hour of yap. Bit of behind the scenes. We were planning to do a specific episode this week, and turns out we didn't. We've moved it to another week because of technical difficulties. Let's do that.
Yeah, sure. Just a huge wrench in the works. Massive wrench in the works.
It's coming. It's rescheduled. It's coming in a couple of weeks. But yes, how are you, Nathan? Are you well?
Yeah, not doing too bad considering everything.
Yeah.
Considering it's always hot as hell. And
yes,
everyone be struggling.
Yeah,
I'm doing pretty good considering. Yeah, how are you?
Yeah. It's not too bad. I think us two being in different parts of the country, I feel like one of us will either have the really hot moment, the other one will be like, "Oh, it's alright." I feel like more often not that is me being so much more up north. It is a bit cooler up here a lot of the time, but occasionally it will be like, "Oh, okay, it's actually hotter in here than it is." Down south, but no, I'm doing all right. I am keeping myself alive.
Hey, that's good.
Just playing games, etc. I started back up on a few things. Downloaded some new things.
Things.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. What is it? A couple games I've started playing recently. Obviously, Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red dropped on the eShop like a few months ago at this point.
Yeah.
And I think I've been playing that on and off. So like, I'll pick it up every now and then, play it for a couple hours, and then maybe switch to something else. So like, because I've played it so many times before, I'm like, oh, it's one of those pick up and like I'll play for a bit and then just go back and forth to it. So that's one of them. But I recently downloaded Dragon Quest Monsters on the Switch.
Wait,
the new one. I said new one, the one that came out like a few years ago.
I have this game. One sec, let me double check what it's called.
Yeah. Do you have like the physical version or do you have the digital one?
I have the physical one.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Do I still have it in here? Yep, but the font is tiny as hell. Well, I'm gonna. I'm literally looking at the cartridge, and for those who don't know. Yeah. Because we never show you. We do actually use webcams when we're...
Yeah.
And I'm showing Pepe. I'm literally... It's out of focus,
it's
but
blurry.
I'm putting
I can see the rough... Yeah. See, I didn't
had to put the cartridge right to the camera, everyone.
Yeah.
And we still couldn't
even
see
then, it's so close that I'm like, yeah, okay, it's barely see it.
But the Dark Prince...
no... Yeah. I bear in mind, like I was out yesterday, so I was hanging out with mates. So I've only played it for like a couple hours. Bear in mind, so I've only just like I've basically got like a basic party together, and I did the G rank Colosseum battle. So I've done that, and then I'm moving on to the next part of the story. It's there's a sale on Square Enix games right now on the eShop, and I found this the digital deluxe edition for $12.50, I think it was. So
that's not bad.
It's for a game that's been out a couple years now, I think it's like, it's fair that they're selling at this point. I think it was always at the point where it was like, this game was like 20 quid, and I was like, I do want to play it, but I don't know if I could drop 20 quid right now on that. That's something I don't know if I'll play again. Again, a bit of backstory. I used to play the DS ones.
Oh man, DQM.
I played the first one. I played that in full.
Yep.
And then the second one I played like halfway. I didn't finish that one, but I did enjoy them. But yes, it's been like well over 10 years since I played the Dragon Quest Monsters, and I forget how good these were. Like, so going back to it, I was like, damn, this is like it's a fun game. I mean, looking at it, like the graphics aren't the best on this for a Switch game, but I think it's because we've got to the point now where I think a lot of games kind of optimized for the Switch. When did this one come out? I feel like this, I say a couple years ago. I feel like this might even be longer than that, you know.
It might be 2.5, maybe 3 years. I don't remember. I bought it I literally bought this like at launch.
Dark Prince came out 2023. So yeah, 3 years ago basically. Graphics aside, which I'm not fussed about anyway. Usually, graphics are graphics. So as long as the gameplay is good.
I mean, to be fair, with Dragon Quest games, as long as they have decent lighting, they do the cell shade kind of thing, and it's not too polygonal. It's fine.
Yeah,
especially with monsters.
This is one of the things. This is one of those games as well that I can just play handheld. I don't need to play it on TV. I can watch something in the background and play this kind of thing. So I'm not too fussed about that. But for £12, with all the DLC things included, I'm like, this is quite a good deal for a game.
I don't remember how far I got in that game.
Like the games as well, from what I remember from playing the first one anyway, they're not like the first one wasn't long. I think it's probably the same length as like your average Pokemon game, I think. From what I remember.
I'm not entirely sure. I remember...
Again, it's been like well over 10 years, so it's like...
I remember them being quite long, only because...
Yeah.
Typical RPG kind of thing, innit? Like, you gotta spend a lot of time, like, training up your monsters and combining them and getting the right fit and everything, you know? Like, you gotta get your squad together and...
Yeah.
That's probably the longest part, like... Any of those kind of like monster collecting games, like I've played so many of them.
Also ran straight into the Cyclops again. And I was like, I
think
when I went into the Cyclops, like immediately, I think I clearly haven't learned from my mistakes since I played this like 10 years ago, like well over that. Because I think back then I did the exact same thing where they said, oh, this is quite a strong monster, just be aware that like, wow. And I'm like, I can take this. And I knew I know for a fact I did the exact same thing. I was like, I can take this. I was like, oh, okay, no, I can't take this thing. This is an absolute like ridiculously powered monster.
I always do. I mean, you're like, whatever, like I'm good. I've been climbing the ranks. I'm good,
and
man.
Then
what's it gonna do?
One shots your party, and I'm like,
it's the funniest thing because like Cyclops and Dragon Quest is normally like one of the first big things you run into.
Yeah,
and I don't know why I always forget that Cyclops is actually one of the strongest monsters in Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
And will always do a butt ton of damage. But for whatever reason, I'm the same as you. I will always go, I could take that.
Like, yeah, it'd be fine. It's like it's a monster like taming game. It's like Pokemon when they say, "Oh yeah, it's a tough thing." Don't care about that. I can take that. Okay, no. Then I get immediately humbled.
I do that in normal Dragon Quest. I remember when I was playing 11 over COVID, and it was like, oh, you better be careful. There's a Cyclops. I'm like, I've been killing everything here, like with very little problems. I was like, I could do that. Nuh-uh. Man. Get critted. And I think one-shotted left, right, and center.
Yeah, I still haven't played much of Dragon Quest XI. I bought in a sale, again, like probably about a year ago now. Because that's one thing. The thing is, I have a lot of these games wishlisted on my Switch. So I'm like, oh, like games that I'm like, oh, I do want to play at some point, but I don't have the full funds to spend it right now. And it will get to a point where it's like, hey, it's on sale, and I'm like, it would go on sale, and I'm like, oh, there we go. This is the time to get it. Like, so, Dragon Quest XI was on my list for ages. Like, considering that must have came out back in 2019 in the UK.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago, and like probably even earlier. This way, when you think about it. No, it must have been earlier. I think it may have been 2018, 2017. Yeah. So that game came, and bear in mind that wasn't on Switch straight away either. That would have been out on the PlayStation first and PC probably, and then obviously like released on Switch like how many years after, God knows. But I only got it last year, and I think I played for a bit of it because I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I played it. But then this you know what I'm like when it comes down to
Yeah.
games. I'll start something in and I'll be like, yeah, it'd be a thing.
I
But
mean, it's
I'm in
alright.
my I'm in my pick up and play era right now where I'm literally just like, okay, cool, let me play something for a couple hours. I want it to be chill. I'll probably end up like playing like a Suika game for a bit and then I'll move on to something
Fair,
else. You know what I mean?
fair. Yeah.
Like I'm kind of like in between right now. I think my next big purchase will be the new Fire Emblem game, Fortune's Weave,
Yeah.
which is out in September. So I'm like kind of like right
Oh
now bridging the
God.
gap between yeah,
Sorry,
and
you
that
just
is
reminded me.
a
September
yeah.
onwards is just.
It's bad. It's a
That's where all the games are coming out because everyone wants to
yeah,
avoid GTA 6.
yeah, yeah. I think it's one of those ones where I think when I remember watching the last Nintendo Direct and probably bits of any other summer
Mm.
showcase things. And I was like, oh, that's out in September. That's cool. And I think there was 4 games out in September. I was like, oh, I want to get those. And then I was like, hold on a second.
Yeah.
That's going to be an expensive month. I'll scale back. I'll just go. Right now, I've repressed everything. Fortune's Weave is the one game where I'm like, I want to get that. There's that One Piece Kairosoft game, which I want to get in
I
October.
still
That's
cannot
another one that
believe
I'm like,
that's actually a real
it's
thing. Like,
oh, I'm like it's
when we were watching that, like Pepe wasn't exactly like live. I think you were
yeah. I was like
working,
kind
so
of like
like
there, here, or that. Yeah, back
so
like
like me and another friend were like texting
yeah,
back and forth in our group chat. And like I kind of wish you were like I was like this with you, like in a
yeah.
call,
It's like an actual
because
live conversation. Yeah,
that would
yeah,
have been the moment the two of us would freak out because we've
yeah,
both played a lot of Kairosoft, and there's no way
yeah.
you mistake that art style,
Nah,
right? And I think it would have just been like a whirlwind of hype because
yeah.
like Kairosoft, One Piece, oh my
Yeah,
god,
I know that when people watch that direct, so many people are like, "Oh my god, Ocarina of Time, Ocarina of Time," and I was like, "Yeah, that's cool, but One Piece
right?
Kairosoft."
Grand Gourmet though.
Yeah, it's oh man, I'm literally so hyped for that when it comes out. It's like it's wish listed for me. It's at the top of my wish list on my on the eShop. I'm like as
That's
soon if the moment I get a chance to pre-order it, like I will be pre-ordering it, and I'm that's gonna be on my console like day one.
I was gonna
Like,
say that's a definitely you game. Like
yeah, like
I got you and a bunch of people hooked
yeah.
on Kairosoft games, and two, it's One Piece. So
It's it's the
like
like perfect matchup. You know what I mean? It'd be like,
what? And then there's
and
the extra fact that it's not just like
yeah,
One Piece, and it's like, oh yeah, we got like the Straw Hats, we got like 20 characters. They
it's
got like
like
400 characters in there.
and I'm like, this is like the biggest fan service game you can do. Like, it's like giving you every single character that you could possibly think of, like the most random side characters as well. I'm like, this is like people that haven't. I understand there's probably a lot of people out there that haven't actually played a Kairosoft game as well.
Mm.
This is one thing, and if I could tell anyone about what these games are like it is like a time hole in the fact that like
Yeah.
you'll start it, and don't get me wrong, there's some Kairosofts I played and I got in like a couple hours in. I'm like, I'm not vibing with this one as much.
They're not they're not
But
all amazing, but
yeah, but there's some that I have sunk like over 20 hours just like, okay, cool, I'll get home from like I'll be in work and I'm like, I can't wait to get home just to jump on my fucking Kairosoft game.
do you know what's hilarious is that like never would I have imagined when I first picked
Yeah.
up that first Kairosoft game dev story that
Game dev, yeah.
these small management games that I was playing on my phone and constantly
Yeah.
draining my battery, by the way, because Pepe's right, you will just sit there and play because they're like simple management games of different themes and genres and whatever. But I never imagined it would get to the point where you're like, hey, yo, like you can play your Kairosoft on your Switch and Steam and you just play
Yeah.
them wherever now. I'm like, what?
I know there's a bit of me because this one thing, game dev story on the phone was free. This is the one thing with
Yeah.
it. It was like, or like at most you'd be paying like 79p for it or something like that.
I
I
think
remember
at most back in the day they were like £2.
Yeah, like they were like I remember it was a lot for me to purchase a Kairosoft game on a Switch. I was like, I think they because quite a lot of them go on sale quite regularly as well.
Okay.
So I think it got to the point where I think it must have been it was either no, it was the manga studio one that I got into.
Okay.
That's the one where I was like, okay, cool. I'll pay £3 for it. I just want to play another Kairosoft game again. And then I got on. That's the one that I was like, oh, I spent. That was the one I spent loads of time on. It was that and the basketball one as well. It was but I haven't paid full price for them. I think that when they go on sale, they're like about £3.50, maybe like a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. It changes depending on the one because there's so many more newer ones they release as well. You find they've released.
That's
like,
the craziest thing. They still make all these games, but I mean, like it's all the same framework, and you can tell that most of them were like apps first. Like
100%. Yeah, the fact that like there's like you can immediately switch to touchscreen controls if you press the plus button. It's like okay, straight away touchscreen. I'm like, and that's the mistake I don't. When you play Kairosoft games, let me just like get a bit of clarification in, Nathan. When you play them, are you still on phone most of the time, or are you?
Last one I played, was still on my phone.
Yeah, I mean that is the way that I originally. That's why it was a big jump for me. Like, oh, do I get this on Switch? I have to pay money for it. Blah blah blah. But then, like, one of the things about playing on the Switch is that like you can just have it on your TV and you will just be like, and when it's on your TV, that's all of your attention because. When you play one as well, you can't just be like, "Oh, I'll watch TV and do this," because you have to pay attention to the time frame that's going down on these games. Sometimes, like you got to be like, "Oh, if I miss something, they like my employees just sitting around doing nothing." You know what I mean? So
that's the funniest thing is because I say they're simple, but Kairosoft games are so easy to lose.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
it's
so easy to get overzealous and be like, right, I know I need money. They're always management games, so it's always make money, spend money. But it's always so easy to be like, I'm doing really well right now. You don't realize you're on an upswing. And then you're like, I'm just going to buy a bunch of stuff because I'll make the money back. And then as soon as you spend all the money, it's like, oh, actually, now business is slumped and you're struggling.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, God.
I don't think I've ever... I think you have to be... Like, in my experience, anyway, you have to be really lucky to play a Kairosoft game and not get to the point quite early on where... you're having to borrow money from the help thing. You know what I mean? Where like you've literally like, okay, I'm doing this, and then they're like, oh, you're actually making a loss this month, but we'll sub you to 500 for now just to get back on your feet. And I'm like, thank fuck for that because I am like spending so much. But like, and that's the one thing. And even then, like, it's like you said, you could be like as far as you can in the game. And I think there's been multiple occurrences where I've been, like you said, I've been on such a rise, and then I'll just get like I think the mall story one is a really tough one for me because I think it got to the point where, it's one where like, I had so many shops, but then not all of them were. I wasn't getting all the combos right, so I kept moving stores, and then there'd be a random place in my mall which is just empty. Or like it'd be 3 floors and then like one shop on the like 4th floor, and there's like nothing between them. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why does this work here? Why does this work? And it just looks so like it would get to the point where my mall would just sure it works with the stores that they're placed, but it also looks very visually unappealing. Like, I was like, I don't like it, and then it got to the point where all the shops were selling out. And I was like, so all my shops are selling out, and I'm making profit technically, but I'm trying to keep up with the supply and demand thing, and it's like, that one's one of the toughest ones to balance, I think.
I've played so many of them. I don't remember which one was the toughest one for me.
Yeah. The Dungeon Town one's quite good.
I played that one for a little bit.
Those ones are fun.
I was really obsessed when I first got into Kairosoft. So I basically played almost everything available to me up until a certain point. But I don't remember exactly which one I stopped on. Because I literally, when I had my iPhone back in the day, I made it a point to own all of the Kairosoft games on the App Store.
Oh, yeah.
In English. But I really don't remember. I think it's when they first started putting out some free-to-play ones. And I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm not dealing with freemium anymore.
Okay, yeah.
I don't.
Have you
but
played?
again,
have you not played the Power Rangers one?
No, I definitely played that one.
Okay, I was about to say that's the one I feel like you would be playing the most. Like, I feel that would be like right up yours.
I played so many of them. There was oh, I know which one was one of the toughest ones for me. Was one you can run your own racing team.
Oh, okay.
But you have to build the cars, right? So like you have to customize them and stuff. But you can only enter 2 races per race. And like I was like, oh, this is quickly becoming very expensive because I have to hire drivers, I have to train the drivers, I have to get the cars ready for different disciplines and different tracks. And I was like, I'm just like, I'm not winning many races, so I'm not making much money. And I was just like watching the fun just like drain out of the business, and I was like, oh, I don't like this.
Yeah, I think it's a really tough one when you get into a slump in the game. It's like, oh, maybe I should just like dip off of it. I think there's certain ones where like for me it's like there's so many make or break moments in those games. I remember the basketball one. I remember doing really well in it, but then the game was like so I was getting up to like I think B League or something like that.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, okay, I'm absolutely smashing it, doing great. And then it's like, oh, to carry on in the league, you have to do D League because it skips over it. So it goes. I think there's one where it just skips over a league, and then you have to go back to it because I think D League or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, whoever's listening. Like there was like it's specifically a kids tournament. So you have like short players basically, and so but then I wasn't accumulating those. I think I had like a total of 3. And I was like, these guys aren't my best players at all. And I was getting to a point where like I've got my best players maxed out. They're like doing great, but I can't use them in this league, and I can't continue in the game unless I do this. And I think that's what made me stop on it because I was like, I haven't like all my best. Yeah, I think so. Even though I was put like 20 hours into it or something like that, like it was like okay, fair.
I was always like successful at like the most random ones as well.
Yeah,
I'm just sitting here thinking about it. I'm like, I remember the first school story. I had a really weird. Again, it's a school, but weirdly, I had a really successful school. I was really good at running this school in the first one, and then the second game came along, and I remember trying it, and like I had an awful school that like basically everyone would. Anyone who went there probably came out dumber than they went in. Like, but yeah, I don't know why. Like, Mall Story, I struggled.
Yeah, Mall
Story. But then I remember right alongside that, pretty much like almost instantaneously, they had one that was basically the same thing but pyramid in ancient Egypt. And you just customize the inside of like
that sounds
a
quite
pyramid,
fun,
but it was like ancient Egypt kind of like mall.
Yeah.
So it's the same game, just different skin. Playing both of the games at the same time. My modern day mall sucks. My pyramid was unfallible. It was the best pyramid ever. Made all the money. Like never struggled, and I just don't understand.
There's so many. Like I think, like you said, like there's some that I started and like I'll get to a point where I'm like, oh, I just don't feel like continuing right now. I think the ramen one was one that I struggled with actually. I didn't go very far in that one, and funnily enough, the anime studio one as well. I didn't go very far.
Yeah, I didn't.
But I think I got that one straight after I pretty much maxed out the manga studio one because the manga studio one, like I think out of the two which I've been incredibly successful in, that I've like completed basically, it's game dev story, because I've done that one multiple times.
I mean that was the
I think
first one. So
that was the first one, and it was like the one which was just like you said, it's the first one. It's also just like one that I've continuously picked up and played. I think you're the same. It's now got a Switch 2 version as well, which is quite funny. I think
that's hilarious.
I think they're charging £10 for it or something.
Oh my god!
Which makes you think like, what is the
what?
Switch 2 upgrade for a Kairosoft game? Unless you're adding more story, I don't know what you're doing with that.
Mate,
like,
unless
how
it's
is it
like a completely like, oh, we've gone 3D, or like we're doing the 2D HD thing, like $10.
I don't know what.
Insane.
I don't know what a Switch 2 version is of that. I also don't know what a Switch 2 version of Suika game is as well, because that's like a thing.
Oh yeah, that's
I
true.
got, and I was like,
I have that.
I got it on Switch 2. I was like, well, if I'm going to get a version that I don't have, I'm going to get the Switch 2 version. I don't know what the difference is. like,
I don't know.
Yeah,
higher frame rates. Not that would matter on Suika game or
Suika game. I'm not
Kairosoft.
playing Suika game for the. I'm not exactly like I need to have the best frame rate for these two things. Like, maybe there is a difference. Like, if anyone has got the Kairosoft like Switch 2 versions of it, please let us know what the upgrades are in it, because we're curious. But going back to like the One Piece one for a second, I know they've done collaborations with other mangas and animes before, because they've done a Doraemon one. I remember, and they've also done a Kochi Kame one as well. The Doraemon one was on that got a release on Switch, and the Kochi Kame one I think was actually PlayStation exclusive. Because I remember, I don't know if it actually did launch in the end. It was a really weird one, and I just didn't so because I've been playing a lot of the Kairosofts on Switch. I just never got the Kochi Kame one. I don't even know if it has actually released on PlayStation. I remember it was announced for PlayStation, but I never actually went and looked into it at all.
Fair.
But what I do know is that the Doraemon one was more expensive than, I think it's probably the most expensive one. And I think it's because it's the collaboration, which makes me think that this One Piece one probably will be on the pricier side as well, just because it's the collaboration and it's One Piece and there's so much in it. So I'm expecting this to have, it could possibly be the most expensive one.
Those are the ones that make the most sense, because they're the easiest ones to really squeeze money out of you, because like you can swing it so many different ways, you know? It's the licensing. It's the fandom. Yep. You'll pay anyway because you're a fucking nerd who loves this thing, so shut up. And it's like, okay, yes, I know these things, and I will put the money down, but I don't like being called out about it.
Yeah. It's like, okay, it's like you said, like, it's all understandable reasons why they've done it. I'm not going to be like thrilled to be paying like however much it is, but I will do because I love this game, and I think we've got off quite lightly for paying like maximum £3. Well, me anyway, paying maximum £3 for a game that I'm sinking 20 hours into. I can get by with that. You know what I mean? It's like I don't mind that.
I mean, considering the other things we could be struggling with right now that are like, you know, I'm still, as much as I want to put the money down for it, I won't pre-order it because I don't have the money for it. But like, I want to get GTA 6. That's just a given, right? But like, I don't have that kind of money, dude. And like, I don't agree with the premium edition just having features that are already in the game that they just locked off.
Yeah, it's like certain shops, isn't it? So there's
so like you can't use like tattoo shops and stuff, and you're like, and you're like, there's nothing premium about that. All you've done is locked. You're telling me like, that we could have to spend. Like, and it's not like it's new features, you know, like, oh, these are new things you've never seen. Other GTAs from the start, I've gone to the tattoo shop, I've gone to this place, I've done that. Like, it's just, I don't get it, man. It's stupid.
No, it's an insane thing to like charge a premium for stuff that was just in like GTA 5, like all this stuff, all these kind of like these
like
decal
GTA
things, all
5,
these
GTA
these
4,
are
like
things.
they were just in the older games.
And like there's so many things that are like, yeah, like I think it's been like a really, like, as at time recording anyway, it's been a really shit month for like game announcements coming from Sony, and not because games, but the way these announcements are coming through, because now we've also got one, oh yeah, there's a physical version of GTA 6. When I say physical, it's not a disc, it's just a
No.
code in a box.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, so, and then, so everyone's like, oh, that kind of sucks. And then suddenly, like, hey, never guess what we're doing in 2028. And you're like, oh no, what are you doing in 2028? Getting rid of all the discs. And you're like, fuck.
The backlash has been amazing because Microsoft tried to do the exact same thing, Xbox One, and Sony clowned on them. And now you're like, oh, and what? A decade later, you're like, you know what? That's the move.
Yeah. It's you can't do, yeah, fucking hell. Like, I understand, like, yeah, sure, like many different industries are going in many different directions, but like it's just the hypocrisy that's coming from it. And I think it's actively upsetting so many people within the gaming community. And it's like, I gotta wonder what the PR team are thinking right now. If there's like, how do you handle this? You know what I mean?
You don't,
like,
because apparently they just withdrew from social media, like after it. But also, like, one of the things I saw was like, oh, because people aren't buying physical media. I'm like, well, that's incorrect. Maybe not as many people as before, because now digital is where we imagined it was going to be back when the Xbox One and PS4 came out. But I'm like, to just outright be like, no one's buying physical media anymore, so we're just going to get rid of it. Or was like, no. That is factually incorrect, and literally everyone knows it.
You know what is the funniest thing? I think we probably discussed this on one of the last Just Chattings or Gaming Just Chattings. It's the fact that Nintendo did this game keycard thing.
Yep.
And we were like, this sucks. This is but at least with the game keycard, you can sell that. You can actually take that back if you wanted to. You can resell this game. You can pass it on to a friend or whatever. Sony are like, nah, you're not even getting anything like that now. There's like, and at this point, I'm like, how have Nintendo, who arguably did something which everyone was like, this sucks, actually like feels like, hold on a second, this is a better option than what Sony have done right now. Don't get me wrong, I'm still 50-50 on game keycards. I'm still not extremely happy about the amount of memory that it takes. I'm not pleased with it, but at least there's an option there with stuff like, at least I can't believe like my mind has changed so much on this, because it's not even the worst thing that could have been done. I didn't think there was a thing that like, oh, they went even, like, a company went even worse at it. Like, I think it's absurd.
I just don't understand why it seems like the world at large right now is trying to be in a shit flinging contest. You know, before, like when everyone was trying to one up each other, we were trying to do better things. And right now we're like, no, I'm gonna one up you, but it's gonna be a worse thing. Like, game key cards is awful, right? I thought that was rock bottom. Sony's announcement of no physical, now we're hit real close to rock bottom. I'm sure there's actually something way worse than that. Like, I'm guaranteeing you there is something under there. There's always something worse. But like right now, this feels like the worst of the worst. And I just don't understand how you literally go from the company that clowned on the other company for this exact thing, right? Because all the parody videos are coming up again of, you know, when Sony was like, game sharing tutorial, hand disc to friend, and it's like, this is the same company. What even happened? What are you even doing?
Like, the self-awareness is just not there at all.
And like, I've said this to other people as well. You know for a fact, the worst thing is that shit's not going to get cheaper. They said,
no,
we're not making discs because no one's buying them, right? So we can save money. So you'd think, where's that savings going? Is that going to trickle? No, it's not going to trickle down.
No,
you're still going to be paying.
Absolutely not.
Like, us, the consumer, are still going to be paying whatever it is because Nintendo raised the fucking and made it acceptable to charge £70 for a game, right?
Yeah.
GTA is now making it so that you'll pay £80 for a base game with some minor features taken out, right?
With no physical as well.
Yeah, with no physical. So next year, Sony are just going to be like, every new release, regardless of what it is, will be a base price of 80 quid. Because we saw you did it. You were willing to pay that with GTA, and you didn't complain that there was no disc, even though people will, and I have. And I have also complained about the price. I understand that the production costs of all these massive games has been climbing for years and years, and we actually are still very lucky that it's where it is. But that still doesn't mean that when you send me a fucking code, I want to be paying out my ass for some ones and zeros, motherfuckers.
This is the thing as well with it. It's that, like, I think that, like, it's what you mentioned a bit as well about the trickle down thing. It's like, oh, there's no physical for this. However, like, oh, the digital version will be cheaper, or like there'll be a benefit to it, but there isn't. And what happens is as well, you're like, there's so many people, which is an understandable prediction that they're saying that the PS6 is coming out in 2028 as well. This is a prediction where I don't need another PlayStation.
No,
I barely play anything.
Fucking paperweight. I ain't buying another one.
Yeah, I'm not getting. I think I'm probably like gonna invest in like the next Final Fantasy and Persona, and that is the only thing. But my problem is I don't need a new console for that. I don't need anything. What difference is it gonna do? One, that this thing's not gonna have a disc drive, so all my games that I already have, they're probably not going to work at all. Absolutely. And then what they'll probably do, oh, you want a PS6? Yeah, you can have the PS6. Oh, you want to play your discs? You can do. Pay for a disc drive. Exactly what they've done for like the PS5 Pro. So they'll do that, but then these games, they're going to be so much more upscale. They're going to be like, oh, next level. You'd think anyway. I don't understand what you can even do with next level. I think we've peaked. I think we've plateaued.
No, we definitely,
in terms of how
we definitely have.
I don't think
the only other way we're doing this now is if we go full circle and back in the 90s when we were doing FMV, full motion video games, like where it's actually just a movie with some quick time events. Like that, I don't see how we're getting any better.
I don't understand what else you can do with it. And it doesn't really seem that interesting to me either, because realistically, what I play games for is a story at the end of the day. The game could look graphically, I'm not saying this is a frame rate thing, I'm like graphic, like the way it looks, I don't need it to be like, oh, this needs to run at like 120 frames. I'm just like, look, as long as it runs fine, story's good, don't give a shit, right? But what happens when you're going to be upscaling these games so much is they take up more memory. And what is the thing that's like the world is struggling with right now? It's memory, it's chips. And what? So you're going to tell me that this PlayStation 6, right? It's going to come that, oh, you're going to get GTA 6 on it, and GTA 6 is going to take up so much memory. Are you telling me I'm going to get more memory with that PS6? No, you're going to give me the same amount of memory you did edit. You're going to give me, oh, here's your base 500 gigabyte system.
Look,
if you're lucky.
I'm going to say this right now.
Yeah.
With the state of things, it hasn't improved. We've been low on chips 4 years now, and it hasn't improved yet.
Yeah.
You'd be lucky if you get 500 gigs in 2028.
If you're fucking lucky, you're going to get it. And what is going to happen? What? So your GTA 6 is going to fill up that whole thing, basically. That is what's going to be. And then you're not going to have any other room. What do you have to do? Oh, you want more storage, right? Pay for more storage. So I'm already paying out my ass for a console,
mate,
which is most likely going to be... The Steam Deck is now 800 quid, right? So is the PlayStation 6 going to be more than that? A lot of people predicting, and I think it's actually justified as well, that the PlayStation 6 is going to be 800, maybe £1,000, right? And at that point, I'm like, nah. At what point do people be like that? Well, how people being priced out of their hobby like this. And the thing is, they won't see a problem with it though. They'll be like, "Oh, look, if you want the state of the art system, you're gonna have to pay all this money for it." You know what I mean?
You would hope that it gets to a point where they would see it, but it won't. It won't. I've lived long enough, unfortunately, to learn the true despair is that everyone says vote with your wallet, but no one ever does, because we all get FOMO, and we will all end up doing the thing that hurts us the most.
But it's like at this point now, if Persona 6 came out, right, and it was exclusive to PlayStation 6, I've always like,
that would suck.
I've usually found a way, right, to be like, look, can I squeeze this? Yeah, I can just about squeeze getting this system. I can just about squeeze. I can get this game here or there, right?
I don't know how how anyone will squeeze an extra 800 to a grand.
No, absolutely not. Like you might as well be buying a fucking PC at this point. You know what I mean?
And with that, I'm lucky I have a bloody PC.
But even then, it's more to build a PC. It's probably more expensive than ever, right? Like it's not exactly the way it was a few years ago.
You definitely have to do some riskier things. Like you have to take more risk on the secondhand market than you used to. Yeah, for sure. It's not ideal, but yeah. I mean, for me at least, yeah, I got PC, so you know, I'm mostly I have actually been transitioning more into PC gaming the longer I've had PCs, but like I before we like move on, I do want to just jump in before anyone wants to jump down Pepe's throat like about like getting priced out of the hobby. Look, we both know, everyone knows gaming was always a luxury hobby. Okay, we always knew it was a luxury hobby that like cost more than your average hobby, because you can't just go out and do that thing. Like, you know, you want to go play some sports as a hobby, you can just go outside and do that for free. And I understand that. But this is the hobby we chose. And it was affordable to an extent for quite a while because of things. And it's sad to see a lot of these hobbies like become just incredibly expensive to the point where like the things you enjoy in life, you can't even do that anymore.
Yeah. I think it's just like, it's the first time in a while that we're seeing consoles go up in price rather than down. You know what I mean? Like there's always been times over the years where like consoles come out, and then like a year later, it's like, oh, you can get this just a little bit cheaper now. Like it might be 25 quid, it might be 50 quid. Like nothing groundbreaking, right? But now we're seeing multiple consoles, multiple like different things go up in price.
Yeah, I want to say it's not that they didn't go up in price. They were creeping, but like this is an exponential. No, but like this is insane. Exponential jump,
I'm saying, like,
you know what I mean?
I mean, like, this is an existing console that's already out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is like this is like where like a console that's been out already hasn't. Like, I don't think this has happened in a while where you can get like the PS4, for example, never went up in price. It never did, and like that's the same with the Xbox. Like, unless there was a significant upgrade that came with it, like it would never do that kind of thing. They always either maintained their price or went down. This is the first time that consoles that are already existing have already come out. The Switch is going up in price. Like the Switch 2 is going up in price.
I mean, they're all going up in price, and it's,
To
be honest, they were all using. Yes, it is probably partly due to supply concerns and things, but like you know for a fact, there's the underlying like, well, we can just use that as an excuse. Like, yeah, we are struggling, but like, are we struggling to the amount where we're like, we have to raise this thing? Probably not as much as you would think. I'd assume there's enough of it that they're like, yes, you have to think about it, but like, for sure, there's like, just maximize the profit margin, isn't it? Like,
yeah, that is that. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a corporation. These are corporations we're talking about right now. They say they'll have their consumer in mind or whatever. Realistically,
let's face it, most corporations don't.
Yeah, I think I don't think there's a certain market right now where you're like, oh, this one's better than the other. Each one, no one's perfect here. Definitely not. There's a lot of downfalls to whichever route you've taken, with your PlayStation gamer, PC gamer, Xbox gamer, Nintendo gamer. There's downsides. There's a lot of downsides to a lot of things, and there isn't getting cheaper. It's getting more expensive, and you just gotta like, okay.
That's why we gotta wait for these like sales.
And yeah, realistically, I'm not gonna lie, the Square Enix sale did kind of come through. You can go full circle here. Yeah, like, I got Dragon Quest monsters with like freaking like £12.
I shouldn't have, but
yeah,
yesterday on the Steam summer sale, I put down 25 quid because I could get the Capcom Fighting Collection 1 and 2 as a bundle.
Oh,
so I got them both for 25 quid instead of getting
fair.
just the second one for like 22.50. I was like, okay, well, I didn't really want the first one, but for an extra like 3
that one's
quid?
got like, it's got Darkstalkers. Darkstalkers is a good game. I like.
Yeah,
that.
like it's a bunch of games I probably will play. I mean, I really only wanted the second one because of Power Stone 1 and 2. I've been saying that forever. I finally got it, but like, yeah, you know, I was like, when you're presented with it, like, I was like, I can get 2 games for 25 quid instead of one for like. I was like, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Cross a couple of things off my list.
Part of me was really tempted to get Final Fantasy VII Remake on Switch 2 because it's £14 right now.
Okay.
For a game,
but
and I was like, I don't need it because I've completed it already. I don't need to play it.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
I know you as my friend. You are the one friend I think of whenever I think someone owns game on something else, comes out on handheld version.
Yes.
We'll buy handheld version regardless of whatever happened to that other one. You are the one friend I always think of. But this time I'm like, please, with the state of the world, man, please just do yourself a favor. Don't do that.
I also don't have the memory at all to be getting Final Fantasy. It's a 90 gigabyte game, like, for the first one. The second one's, like, even more. I don't have the room, as much as I would love to. I do not have the room at all. I recently bought a bigger memory card as well for an Express one that was on Amazon Prime deal day. So I was like, okay, I'll put down a bit of money for that.
But
yeah, so
please,
it's really filled up. I'm not going to
please,
lie.
Please,
really
for yourself, just stop these things. Stop it.
Yeah,
get some help.
I know. Yeah, I did stop. I didn't get anything. I went and bought a Lego Game Boy instead. I was like, that £14. That's not good. That's not. I don't want to be wasting my money. Let me buy this freaking Lego Game Boy.
Oh, bro, I still want one so bad.
It's. I mean, it's.
It's like one of
it's in the cheaper in Smith's
grand
it's a bit cheaper
scheme of things in terms of Lego sets, right? It's not that expensive considering lots of things are often like 100+ quid, right?
Especially when you look at the other Nintendo ones as well. The other Nintendo ones are pricey,
But the problem is, if I was just struggling to put £25 down on 2 games on sale, I'm not going to be able to put £50 down for a Lego Game Boy.
Yeah. To be fair, I think I've had my eye on this one for a while. I think
I've had my eye on it since before it released because I saw. I probably shouldn't tell you this, but have you seen the rumors after AX that apparently official Dragon Ball Lego sets might be coming?
For fuck's sake. I mean, okay, depends how grandiose they are, right? Because
I don't know. Again, it's only rumors, and I've only seen this on like, you know, all the socials and things.
Yeah.
So it's not guaranteed that it's true. But if it is, good luck, mate. Good luck to us both.
I think I just about got away with getting the One Piece Going Merry one, right? That's still sitting in the box right now, rating. Like, I don't have the room right now to assemble it, but when eventually, like, the plan is to get something bigger and then start doing that. So that's like a like a housewarming gift, if anything. But a future, kind of. I do kind of want a Dragon Ball one. I'm not gonna lie, that would be quite cool. It depends what it
Right.
is though, because I'm trying to think what they could do.
Well, I
And
mean, like,
one
if
thing
you
I'm thinking of is
just think of
Kabi's
all the.
Palace is the thing that's the one that jumps to mind of what it would be. And
Okay.
Shenron arguably would be one, but
Yeah.
I don't. I mean,
Tenkaichi Budokai.
oh yeah, oh mate, that would be a good one.
Kame House, maybe.
Kame House, that makes so much sense. Kame House makes sense.
The Lookout, maybe.
I think Kami's Lookout is the one that I think that'd be a grandiose one.
Capsule Corp.
If out of all of those, the Tenkaichi Budokai one sounds like the best one. Like a Cell Games Arena could check out as well.
But I feel like Cell Games Arena is too basic though.
Yeah, but then it could be a cheaper set. You know what I mean? It's the same way that like there's
Yeah.
that Luffy Shanks one. You know, the one where it's like I think that's probably the cheapest set. I think it's only £15 for the Luffy Shanks one.
What do you think what do you think the chances that we get a some sort of Saiyan pod, or like the Capsule Corp ship that Goku took to Namek?
Oh, the Capsule Corp ship would be good. Yeah,
or Capsule Corp itself could be one of those
Could
where
be. I feel
a big
like-
one. You know, the one with the like hinges that opens and like the inside is like decorated.
Frieza's spaceship.
Yeah, maybe.
I think there could be demand for that because obviously Frieza being like the biggest villain in Dragon Ball. I think that would be a thing. There's so many options here. There's so many, and they're all
We should have the
none of these I
hyperbolic
can imagine.
time chamber.
I mean,
you
it looks
imagine
almost the same as
What a shit set
what they
that
could
would be.
do. They
Oh
could
yeah,
do
Kami's Lookout, and
Kami's
then it
Lookout,
opens,
and then
yeah,
like on the back side or whatever. Like, so you see the front is that, and then
yeah.
if you look a little bit, yeah. I
Maybe.
reckon that could be. It probably would be the most expensive one, though. I feel like no, there's so many
Depends
that would
on
be
how big
expensive.
it is, though. Like,
Yeah. Oh God, I would want a Dragon Ball set. I didn't
Right.
get the Legend of Zelda Deku Tree. That was on my list for a while, but I think they're retiring it. And I don't really have.
Fair.
I'm not too passionate about that one. I don't think I'd be gutted that I'm missing it, but I'm not like
I wanted,
devastated, you know what I mean.
I wanted the Simpsons house for so long,
Oh,
but it was a really
yeah.
big set because you build it and then it is exactly the one with hinges and it opens.
Yeah.
So it's huge, but it was also like 200 quid.
Yeah. I mean, God, yeah, of course. Like, it was expensive, you know. The Pokemon one, the full evolution starters, right?
Yeah.
Having seen it in person, like, because I looked at the pictures, like, oh, that's kind of like meh, £600 for that. Having seen how big it is in person, it does look sick. It does look cool, but I would never be able to. I could never justify. I was just talking about. Oh yeah, I can't justify putting so much money
you
down
imagine?
for gaming.
I'm not.
Imagine,
I'm not
but I'll
gonna
put
spend
£600 down for Lego.
800 on PS6 with no this. Nah, fuck off. But £600 on some massive Pokemon Lego though.
Yeah. I don't like any of the other Pokemon Legos though. None of the other ones really jump out at me at all.
I have to say the Pokemon Lego has been like incredibly underwhelming.
Absolutely, yeah. I think they all kind of look a bit like derpy. I don't like.
I think it's because it's the constraint of Lego. It's essentially the same as like, okay, I'm not going to give you any reference or any custom blocks. Go and build this in Minecraft in 3D.
Yeah.
Right. You would struggle because it's kind of like, but block and they're round and have natural curve shapes. But block. How do?
Yeah, it just doesn't work. I think like it just that's one that I've just kind of I've kind of skipped over it. The Gengar doesn't look too bad, but I don't want to spend that much on a Gengar.
It's the best they could do with what Lego
it's just
has.
not it's just that I could skip over this without worrying. You know what I mean? There's some sets I'll be like, oh, I kind of want that. There's like, I think there's like the Lego NES was one that I was like, I wanted that for a while.
Oh, dude, I'm so bummed about that because it's like discontinued. I'm like, fuck.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a good. Yeah.
I like all the console ones. There's also
there
was like a Lego mini Pac-Man arcade machine that I wanted to get, but that was also quite expensive.
Yeah,
that's the problem. They're all expensive.
Yeah. and there's the one thing I remember when like Minecraft first came out, right? And I was like, imagine if they made Minecraft Lego, and eventually they did. But I'm
Yeah.
not anywhere near hyped about
I
Minecraft as
remember
much as I was like back
I
then.
I
So.
actually do have one of the first Minecraft like
Oh
like
yeah,
at least ones that I could find. That was back before they made like the proper Lego sets, you know, where it was like
yeah,
the scenes.
yeah.
I bought this one it was official Minecraft Lego, and it's like one of the chunks from the map. So like you can see like the cave inside and the forest up top and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's cool,
It
man.
like
Like, it's,
I remember that. Well, I bought that when I was in uni, and that was like I remember crying about it when it was like, "Oh, this will cost you. This is gonna cost me like 20-something pound." I was like, "What? 20
yeah,
pounds?
yeah. Nah, nah, nah.
Insane!"
Now you're getting £600 Lego start.
And I'm now
That's
crying.
nuts.
I'm like crying because I'm like, I can't put 50 quid down for a bloody Lego Game Boy.
No, man. Yeah, I think Lego's fun though. I think it's one of those Lego's one of those ones where it's a pastime for me that I could give or take. I think it's like I only because I only really got back into it just after lockdown, where I was like I came back to my
I
flat and I
love
was living by
I
myself
love
again. And I
that
was like, oh, I've
lockdown
got into
is how everybody got back into Lego. Like
yeah,
when
it's
everyone had nothing to do, and they were like, right, what did I used to like doing? And it
yeah,
just seems like everything that everyone used to do as a kid over lockdown was exactly what they picked up again. Gaming, Lego, like just
yeah,
everything from your childhood. And now it's like a lot of it is stuck. And that's why it's
yeah,
just so funny that like Lego has like come back round again. Not
yeah.
that I feel like it went anywhere, but like
I think people just found time to invest like time into like I want to say this in a little bit like creativity. And
mm.
realistically, that's when people picked up hobbies like knitting, for example, crochet. Like
Oh
people
god,
picked up
yeah.
like Animal Crossing because it's a way of creating like time sinks into things. Like people like just sunk time into get like building things and like even just picking
Yeah.
up hobbies and stuff like that. And like Lego is just it's just another one of those creative hobbies where like oh cool let me do this. Like I could I we also realized that like this is off on a tangent a little bit, but like you did Gundam, like what was it, building the Gundam robots and stuff like that. Gunpla, did you do that?
Gunplay, yeah, I did that for a little bit.
Yeah,
It's another
I
expensive
struggle.
hobby.
That's one I struggle with. Like I think I tried to get into that just after. I was like, this is like. Even like something that was just about there, I was like, "This is tough. I can't."
I
couldn't
I
do
got into that when I had money, and even then I was like,
Yeah,
ugh.
yeah.
Like
It's
I got into that when I had money and time, and even then I knew this was a bad idea. I got out as quickly as I got in the hobby, but like yeah, like things like model making, Gunpla, Warhammer, that kind of stuff. Boy, those are
like
expensive
yeah.
hobbies.
I never I never really got into Warhammer. I think
Yeah, me
I
neither.
got a set when I was a kid, and then I realized, oh wait, hold on, this isn't as fun.
I
But
I
it's
just
not. It's
remember going
not. But
past
I
the
was a
shop.
kid at the time. But people love it,
Yeah.
and it looked cool. But it just wasn't for
Well,
me
that's the
at that
problem, innit? Like
age. Like, yeah,
I'm sure everybody's had that experience. You know, you go past the Games Workshop or something, and you're like, "Oh, that looks really cool," and then you actually realize what's happening. And you're like,
I'm gonna say the shop that I bought my first Warhammer set from, and anyone that's been to Blue Water in the mid 2000s, early 2000s, knows of the Warhammer shop in Blue Water because it was one of the most eye catching shops like in the like
yeah,
out of any shopping center I've been to like in my years of like 30 years on this earth. That shop look so freaking cool because not only was it like, oh, it's a Warhammer shop. So as a kid, you'd walk past like, whoa, that's cool. And then there's a giant fucking like mech or something or a suit of armor. I don't know how to describe what, but it was like
probably was a Space Marine.
So the entrance of the shop was Space Marine was just above the entrance. And me not into Warhammer at all, but I saw that and I was like, that looks cool as hell. Yeah, like, that was like one of the coolest. Blue Water, like the Warhammer shop there. That was peak.
Again, though, like they always look really cool because you go in and like like they got like the table. Like the one I used to think of is the Lakeside one when I was a kid. The one that used to be up where the food court is, right? And I used to walk past as a kid and I would see this big extravagant table in the middle that had the scenery and stuff. That's where they played the actual game. And as a little kid, I was always so intimidated. So I never actually walked in because my parents didn't want to go in there. No one wanted to go in except for me, right? So I would always hover sort of near the entrance and sort of like peer in as a little kid and be like, wow. But I never, ever took one step in there.
Whereabouts was it? Because it was by the food court, right? Whereabouts was it?
Yeah, so, if you're coming from... God, this is going to date us so bad. So, where Debenhams used to be, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
So if you were coming from Debenhams and then you go up the first set of escalators that go up to the food court, if you're near the middle... Right, where H&B and that used to be. It was on the right side, the first shop.
I thought so, yeah. It was, weren't it? Okay, no, I remember now that you've said that. Yeah,
it used to be opposite the huge pet store that.
Yeah, I remember the pet store. The pet store, I remember. Yeah, this is like so uninteresting to people that have never been to Lakeside. By the way, this is you have
two fucking guys like talking about nostalgia.
Remember this about a shopping center, but I think everyone here has to know that like. Me and Nathan, I think we both had something, even though we didn't know each other at that age. I think going to Lakeside was always like a core memory because there's like the Warner Brothers store is something that I always remember from that
oh my god
because that was huge and it is but like again I know that it was quite going on tangents quite a bit but there was that was the first place I saw Pokemon merch. And that is how I first got into Pokemon because I saw Poliwag, Poliwhirl, and Poliwrath, the minifigures there, and I was like, "Whoa, those are cool Pokemon!" And Poliwhirl is still my favorite Pokemon, one of my favorites, one of my favorite 6, and that is the first piece of Pokemon merch I bought. It's also how I got into Pokemon, and I have the Warner Brothers store in Lakeside to thank for that. And it had a big Tweety bird outside, and I remembered that very clearly.
Do you remember inside they used to have that huge like rocket that was also like one of those like kids play areas inside? It had all the buttons and stuff.
I was never allowed on it because my parents were like, "Gotta go." We can't
I did. So we used to spend a lot of time in that store because me and my family were actually like, I would say big, but we were like Looney Tunes fans.
Yeah.
So like, my mum would go in, and she'd go and look at all the clothes and stuff. And then it was like me and my sister just like running around, like looking at stuff and then going in there and like pushing all the buttons to make the noises and like hearing lines from the Looney Tunes and stuff. Good times, man.
Oh man, yeah. I think loose memories of that, but I kind of there's probably like my memory is probably very different to how the store actually looked, but I do remember. That feeling of going in there, that was
in my head as a kid. It looks very golden.
Yeah, it's like it's mixed with gold and bronze, and then kind of looks like maybe like how an old school theater would look. Has pillars around.
Yeah. Imagine a theater, like, but like the colors of like an orchestra instrument.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. It's like a.
Very grandiose.
That's the kind of thing I remember.
Considering.
It was grandiose and it was very cool. No, that's good times. But I realize we've been yapping for quite a bit. Is there any last things you want to mention, Nathan, before we end this episode?
Stay hydrated, everyone. It's mega hot and everyone's struggling. But please, if you got this far, probably should have started like this, but but please,
yeah, it's hot out.
Do your best to stay hydrated and do whatever you can to cool off, because it's not getting any better. So just be careful.
That's not just in the UK. That's everywhere in the world.
No, yeah, I do literally mean worldwide. Like I do not care how hot or whatever. But there's always going to be people. Oh, it's hotter here or whatever. You got baby. Look,
it's
just
hot.
Just stay hydrated. Take care of yourselves. It's super hot just everywhere. It's not fun.
He's not lying. I've been sat here doing this episode that I have not had a window open, and I'm like,
Same.
okay, as soon as I stop recording, window's going open. Anyway, thank you for listening, guys. Thank you for hearing us yap for over an hour. Leave a comment of anything that we mentioned today about Kairosoft, about price of gaming, Lakeside Warner Brothers store,
your nostalgic shopping center.
Yeah. There's got to be I think we could talk about shopping centre for hours. But yeah, thank you for listening, guys. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button for future Cultured Boys videos. Click the link in our description. We have all of our podcast platforms down there. And we'll see you guys next time for another Cultured Boys episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.